Hi everybody, my name is Dana Nahai. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. I've been in practice for almost 20 years and I started this web series to answer questions queried from the internet about how we eat. So today I am answering a question that came from a friend of mine last week that I attempted to toe in to on the last segment in gluten. But the overall idea is, how do you prioritize all of the dietary health information that's coming screaming at you from the media, from the internet, from your friends, advice from your mom, neighbors, into a digestible format that actually makes a difference? Okay, so what are your big go-tos for making a difference in your dietary health this week? So no surprise, probably the biggest dietary priority is to increase your consumption of produce. So that's fresh or frozen produce, fruits or vegetables, hopefully more vegetables than fruits, and whether they are eaten raw, frozen, or cooked is not your biggest priority. Your biggest priority is not your biggest focus. Your biggest focus is just making sure that you're getting half produce at every meal and snack, no matter if it's fresh, frozen, or cooked, okay? Your second priority is your meal timing, and we talked about that in another segment. And so what you want to make sure is that you're never going more than 3 to 4 hours between meals and snacks, that unless you have a medical issue indicating otherwise, you're trying not to eat less than 3 hours between meals and snacks, and that you are having your first, meal or kind of mini meal within an hour of having woken up in the morning. Okay, so produce, critical. Meal timing, critical. The third most important thing that you can be doing is trying to increase the amount of meals that you're providing to yourself, that you've prepared for yourself, okay? So you don't have to be an extravagant cook to be able to make this happen. This can be bags of pre-washed vegetables that have been sauteed or steamed with a rotisserie chicken and a small side of pasta. That's not hard for a lot of you to make happen. And so, but what you want to make sure is that you're getting more of those types of meals instead of fast food or fast casual meals, because the meals that you prepare at home are going to have less sodium, fat, sugar, and probably calories overall than the types of meals that you're going to be picking up in restaurants, okay? And so that's your third priority, is that you want to increase the amount of food that you're consuming that's prepared by your own hands, okay? So produce, meal timing, and we could say increasing the amount of food that you're preparing or decreasing the amount of food that you're eating out, okay? So if you focus on those three items, that's going to take you very far. You can add to that titrating down the sweetness of your meals. Okay, so when I'm working with particularly families of kids, kids love sweet things. We all love sweet things because sweet is the first sensation that we get on the tip of our tongue. And so it's a way for us in our kind of primordial animal beings to say, hey, this isn't poison. Okay, so that's why we love sugar, because it's programmed in our brains to tell us that this is food that's not going to kill us, okay? But the reality is too much sweet is actually extremely damaging to your metabolism over time. So we want to start to titrate down the amount of sweetness and the amount of sugar in each meal, okay? So we're talking about sweetness that's been added to the meal. So for example, let's say that you want a snack, take a snack with you to go to work, and you're going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well, you could improve that snack by titrating down the sweetness by saying you're going to use an unsweetened peanut butter, and maybe you're going to skip the jelly. Okay, maybe you're just gonna have the peanut butter on the bread, okay? Or you could start by saying, okay, I'm gonna stop buying the peanut butter that has the sugar in it, and I'm gonna use the unsweetened peanut butter or nut butter, and I'm gonna use just a small amount of jam. And then you can slowly start titrating out the jam. So maybe now it's just a nut butter on bread sandwich and a piece of raw fresh fruit to go on the side of it to kind of give you that added kick of sugar that's not going to give you a bump in blood glucose and help you to crash later on after you've eaten that snack, okay? So these are your main priorities at this point, is that you're eating a lot more produce. Half of every meal or snack is produce. You are monitoring your meal timing throughout the course of the day. You're eating more food prepared by your own hands, or the inverse of that is that you're taking less meals from fast casual restaurants, and you're titrating down the level of sweetness in your diet, okay, in all of your meals and snacks, okay? And then let's go ahead and throw a fifth one onto that, which is that you, this week, are not gonna eat any fried food. Okay, so you're not gonna eat any chips, you're not gonna eat any fries, you're not gonna eat any donuts, you're not gonna eat any samosas, you're not gonna eat any little, empanadas that have been fried, because fried food is incredibly inflammatory to your metabolism. And whether you know it or not, you don't feel great after you eat it. Okay, so you're gonna start by trying to titrate it out. Okay, so if you begin this week by implementing those 5 steps, I guarantee you're gonna be feeling a lot better in a couple weeks from now. Okay, so we're talking about increasing the produce, monitoring your meal timing, increasing the amount of food that's being consumed by your own hands. What was the other one? Oh, titrating down the sugar and avoiding fried foods, okay? And with those 5 items, you're gonna make a big difference in how you feel in a couple weeks from now. Now there's 2 other things that I need to add that have nothing to do with what you're eating. But how you're sleeping at night makes a huge difference in how you're feeling in your body and what your food is able to do or not do for you. Okay, so getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night is very critical for the way you're feeling. Okay, and also making sure that you're getting daily physical activity, because daily physical activity is going to go a long, long way for how you feel in your body. Your body's meant to move, okay? It's programmed to move. It was created to move. And so it needs to move a little bit every day. So if you keep your focus on diet, the things that we just discussed, sleep, and physical activity, that is the safest entryway to triage your health needs so that you can start feeling better in your body. All right? Let me know if you guys have any questions about that, and we'll talk more soon. Bye.